family of four is traveling to Europe for 26 days. Am I going to be able to fit everything we need in carry-ons only? We'll find out. We're going to be going from Scotland all the way down to the south of Spain, so we're going to be in lots of different locations and different climates. And of course, we're traveling with little kids. We have a 6-year-old and a 3-year-old, so they're not necessarily going to be able to carry their luggage everywhere that we go, especially on those cobblestone streets, all those stairs, things like that, on and off trains. So be sure to subscribe, hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on that adventure to see what that's like. But today is all about getting our luggage together, getting everything that we need, all of those must-haves for Europe, must-haves for traveling with little kids, and those essential things that we always travel with in the smallest form possible so that we could fit it into a carry-on so that we can travel smoother. Let's go, pal. I'm Jordan Ashley, and together we vacation.
Before we dive into what's actually in the bags, we have to decide what bags we are going to bring. We chose the Travel Pro for a couple of different reasons. One, it was essential that we could do something like this. This is my husband carrying 4 of our carry-ons plus pushing the stroller all at one time. Why? Because I was actively carrying a sleeping kid while pregnant in the middle of the night while he was pushing another sleeping kid and carrying all of our bags. So we needed something that would push well. Now I'm going to show you what we packed in each of our bags, plus some tricks we used to compress it to make it small enough to fit inside the bag. And I'll layer on some photos from each of the days of our trip so that you can see all of the outfits, because I'm not going to take them out of the packing cubes for the video.
All right, so what I love about the Travel Pro is that it is the right size for my airlines. I'm going to be flying British Air, and we're going to be flying American Airlines a couple times, and then we're also going to be flying Air France. So I am going to be wearing my largest shoes, which is going to be my Vessies, which are waterproof tennis shoes, and I'm going to be wearing those on the plane. And then I'm also going to be wearing my trench coat, and that's going to be hopefully a big space saver. So I have this bag that is just for shoes or dirty laundry, and then I have a pair of pajamas, and then those are my Disney Cruise Line pajamas that my friend made, which is so cool. And then we have 1, 2, 3 packing cubes, 2 compression ones, and then I also have this one sweater that I'm going to be bringing that I did not fit into the packing cubes. So I'm just laying this flat here, and that should be sufficient. So one of our keys to traveling in carry-on only is having that whole pocket wardrobe thing, and I have been against this for a long time. I don't like a pocket wardrobe. I like to have lots of options and be prepared. However, I had to jump on the bandwagon for this specific trip. So here's what's inside our packing cubes. So I am pregnant, so I don't actually have a ton of things that are currently fitting me in my wardrobe. So I do have 1 pair of maternity jeans and then a few skirts. I have 2 skirts and 1 pair of maternity leggings. And then I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 shirts. 1, 2, 3, 3 are long sleeved and the rest are short sleeved. So this is my next bag, and it is partially compressed. I did unzip it a little bit so you could see. This is how big it would be in my bag if I did not use the compression bags. And so I'd highly recommend a good set of these. Make sure you get enough. And if you don't want to use these, there is another option my husband likes to use, and I will link those in my Amazon storefront as well, in case those would be helpful to you, and they're the ones that just suck out the air. I'm not going to show you everything in my husband's bag just because he's still actively packing it. Okay, remember, we're going to lots of different climates, so I'm going to be doing a lot of layers, and some places we're going to be going are going to be pretty warm still, but I do have this white sweater that will go over top of things if necessary in the mornings or when we're in the UK. So I also have this dress, 2, 3 dresses, 4, 5 dresses. This is my dress bag, apparently. I have 1 pair of biker shorts that are maternity, and then this is a button up, but I use it as just another light jacket if necessary, or if I'm going into particular cathedrals, I would need to cover my shoulders. In this last bag, I have 4 bras, 6 pairs of socks. I have 1 bathing suit that can actually be worn out. So if I go to the beach, I don't have to actively change right then and there from a bathing suit. It does look like a dress. And I'll show you what that looks like if you see any of our vlogs. And then I have 10 undies or so. It is going to be necessary for us to wash our clothes at some point during our trip. We already have a plan for that, so I'll talk more about that in a minute.
So for the kiddos, I decided to pack 8 pairs of pants, 4 shirts, 1 pair of tights. I did pack their Hogwarts robes and the ties and the little glasses that went along with them because we'd be doing a lot of Harry Potter things throughout the trip. They got a few sweatshirts, rain jackets, of course. They have 7 shirts and 3 long sleeve shirts, about 7 dresses each, and a jumper. A few of the outfits were matching outfits. I way overpacked on purpose our like underwear and socks and things like that because I knew we'd be doing a laundry trip, but just in case we didn't get to it, we wanted to be prepared. They each got 1 bathing suit because this was not a very beachy type trip, even though we had several occasions where we hopped into the Mediterranean or were at a resort with a pool, a mini water park of sorts attached to it, so stay tuned for that. We definitely brought our ride safer vests, and these were essential for unexpected rides in ride shares and taxis, and made many adventures possible that would have been so difficult if we were carrying full car seats. And truly, they had so many different clothes to wear. They mixed and matched, and they layered just like I did. Next up, I'm going to show you what are some of the most important things that we packed in our personal items, things that we knew we would need on the trip that are travel and Europe specific. I do have a lot of this linked in our Amazon storefront if you want to check it out, at least a lot of our favorites. Now, I'm not going to show you absolutely everything we pack in these bags because the video would be too long, but if you would like to know a detailed guide to what we bring in each of the bags, whether it is a kid-centric bag or adult bag, then comment down below and I will make that video. One of the most important things that you're going to need to bring on your trip is a universal travel adapter because you're going to want to charge all of your electronics and anything that needs an outlet. We particularly liked this one because it was useful in Europe, in the UK, Australia, and many other locations, many of which we plan to go to in the future. So we have this one on standby anytime we need to go overseas. And we use it in the US as well, and it's been so convenient to have. Now we also brought along this bagel universal power strip because we wanted to be able to charge multiple things at the same time. Again, it works in several different areas, including the UK and the EU, which are the main locations we'd be traveling to. And it's super helpful for storing your cable without completely destroying it. Now, my husband's a tech guy, so he has all the different tech gadgets and things that we carry along with us anywhere we go.
This is what he carries it in, and it's super convenient. It's helpful to organize everything and keep things in good working order. We also brought with us multiple portable chargers or power banks that were able to help keep our devices really charged throughout the day. We use them almost every day because we were constantly on our phones making sure we were going the right direction, taking pictures, etc. So it was really helpful to have these. Those are some of the things that we keep in this container. And then we also have our family passport holder, and it holds up to 6 passports. We use this because it keeps them secure and safe, and it easily fits into one of my husband's pockets and into our bags, and we can zip it up and it's secure. Another thing we brought was things to help with sleep, especially for little kids. We really wanted them to have a good night's sleep / day sleep on the overnight flight, and so that we could sleep well when we were outside of our time zone. So we have these Mantis sleep masks for us adults, and they are so comfortable and they block out the light completely and they fit your face just right. You can even have add-ons that help with aromatherapy, etc. They were great. And then we have this sound machine that is so compact and so small, but really packs a punch with the sound. And it's one of those things that would be really difficult to go anywhere without because this is how the kids sleep at home. And honestly, we've gotten so used to it too. It really helps us sleep as well. We also brought things that we would potentially need along the trip just in case. Things like this portable straw, which folds up extremely tiny and we could always have it if necessary. It really helps, especially with the kids. Now, we also brought our Magwear magnetic camping utensil set. Now, this we can use when we go camping and when we're out and about in the wild, but it is also super helpful anywhere else we go. We also always carry this pocket blanket with us because it folds up so nice and small, and it is so helpful. We've used it as a blanket for warmth. We've used it as a blanket for the beach, especially the rocky beaches on the Mediterranean. There are so many use cases for this, and so we always carry it with us, especially because it doesn't take up much space. So we also packed a lot of things that were helpful for the trip, including this travel laundry bag that
keeps things smell-proof, and it can be washed along with the clothes. It has a folding hanger that's super helpful and convenient. And we also got these laundry sheets so we can have detergent along with us without having to bring anything liquid. And it just folds up really tiny, and we only needed to bring a few. Another thing we bring with us, especially for our youngest one, is these silicone sippy cup covers. They turn any cup into a sippy cup and make it a lot less likely to have a spill and a lot easier for our little ones to drink, especially our youngest. Now, there are so many other things that we packed into our kids' bags specifically, things like snacks, things that I knew they love that we might not be able to find in other countries. We always bring medications with us, but even more so when we are going internationally. Of course, there is medicine available in the UK, in Europe, and all the places that we were going to be going. However, sometimes things are a little bit different and it's a little bit harder to find the exact one that you might need, especially if you have a prescription. Now, we didn't need any prescription medications, but we did bring a lot of our basics just in case, which is something we always do with kids anyway. Now, for the kids' entertainment, we did bring their tablets and some foldable headphones that were good quality but could fold up nice and small. And this was going to be essential for the entirety of our trip. Any time we were taking a longer ride, whether it was in the plane or in the car, they had access to their tablet and their headphone. However, we did bring a few more little activities, and I usually link those in our Amazon storefront if you want to check that out. It's a pretty long list, and I'm happy to make a video about it if you're interested. Just let me know down in the comments below if you want more specifics on what we pack in bags like these.
I hope you enjoyed this video. Give it a like if you did, if it was helpful to you. You can get the free printable that goes along with this packing guide in the description box below. Be sure you subscribe so you don't miss out on this great big European adventure. We're here to help you travel more together.